Hey everyone. I reflected last night a little bit and the coming weeks coming up on the anniversary. Thought about what I would say to all of you, our supporters, the ones that held us down. And I want to highlight some things that we were able to accomplish in Oakland. We sought out to highlight homelessness, and we sought out to highlight speculation and the new face of homelessness and the self-determination of mothers doing whatever is necessary to protect ourselves and our children. Today, even though it's raining, but I think about the people who don't have shelter, and that's who we're fighting for. So if it rains, I'm here. Today, we're going to thank you, Elizabeth. Today, we're going to go to the courthouse. Right now, just like what's happening with Fred's case, there's foreclosures that are happening. Eviction court is happening, and we need to come together and defend and stand with families and keep them housed. We made a commitment to fight until housing is a human right. We are still doing that through policy, through direct action, through elections, and we're going to continue to fight. But right now, what they're doing at the courthouse, they're auctioning off people's homes right now. And we're going to go over there and we're going to take a stand and we're going to call them out. Call out the harm that's happening. Why is the Alameda County courthouse allowing this speculation to happen on their stairs? They do it every Wednesday and Thursday, and we're going to put a stop to it. Yeah. Because housing is a human right. It will be, and we will not stop fighting until housing is a human right. So we're going to go, we're going to march to the courthouse now, and we're going to disrupt this auction and call out everyone involved in the harm of putting people on the streets.
Amen.
Right.
Yeah.
Fight, fight, fight. Housing is a human right. 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 We don't like your attitude. Regulators, fix your rules. We don't like your attitude. Woo! Fight, fight, fight. Housing is a human right. Fight, fight, fight. Housing.
I think my election to city council was a direct statement about what people actually want to see in the city.
Amen.
People know my reputation, people know my history, and the two things, my primary platform areas, were around divesting from our over-budgeted police department so that we can invest in things like housing, right?
Yeah.
I was just made aware of this statistic that you just shared, Rebecca, that the sheriff, Alameda County Sheriff, has a larger percentage of our tax dollars than the entire police department. And we already spend $330 million on our police in the midst of a housing crisis. So I want to say, like, in this moment, a year after we were able to do what people said was impossible, they said it was impossible to address the private market and force a speculator to turn over a home to community control. But it happened. It happened. And even though it didn't go exactly as we planned, we couldn't have planned the movement that was birthed from that action. We couldn't have imagined it, that this would be heard around the world. And so we've got to keep up the pressure. I will be going into office in January, but we still need this. We still need you. I am one person, I'm one vote. And I hope that the other city council members who are also progressives will consistently be around the issues that we care about and supporting the issues that we care about, but none of it matters without people power. None of it matters. And I want to be very clear, because I've been labeled divisive and antagonistic because I'm pushing on the systems that are oppressing us. And I think it needs to be explicitly clear that we do not wake up and want to fight. We don't live in this state to fight. All of us just want a basic, decent living.
Yes.
We want to be safe and secure,
Yes.
and have access that so many other people have. But our systems make us fight. They require us to fight.
Yes. Yes.
And we've got to keep that up.
Yes.
Because the reality is, if we don't, we will be complicit in the same systems that oppress us in the first
You
place.
better preach.
Right? They make us complicit in our own oppression
That's right.
when we don't resist and fight back. We've got to create something new. And that doesn't have to be antagonistic unless you are committed to keeping the systems in place that have their boots on our necks.
Yes.
And anyone who looks at me and wants to argue with me about that, ask them, what is the issue? What is the primary issue? Because what I keep running into is, Carol, we can't do that because this. Carol, we can't do that, there's no money. Where are you getting? We're pointing out where some money is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
We're coming with researched, data-based instructions on where to get money from. So we've got to demand to see the priorities. What are our priorities? Because once again, I say it all the time. Every time we allow these conditions to exist, every minute, every hour, every day, every year, we die. We lose our own humanity when we allow these conditions to exist.
That's right.
These are human beings. And I was going to say I want to get y'all out of the elements. And I was going to be quick so I could get y'all out of the elements. But the reality is, I want you all to feel these elements. Because we have coats, we have gear, we have umbrellas. And a lot of the people that are sleeping outside every day don't have that basic necessity.
Yeah.
We can go and turn on the heat somewhere and be okay. But there are thousands of people living on the streets who cannot do that.
Yes.
And that should kill us. That should rip our hearts from our bodies, that babies are living in this. And we cannot throw away the folks who are trying to cope even with substance abuse or mental health issues. It's not just babies who are innocent. The folks, even inside of those conditions, are reacting to this system. You cannot live here and not be impacted. You cannot be normal here. You can't. So we've got to do something about it, and I can't do it by myself. On November 4th, January 4th, I apologize, I will be walking into a system that is intent on breaking me. And I need every single one of you to get 10 more of you to make our voice heard. I'm going to open up the doors to all of y'all. This is our house.
That's right.
That is our house. And we are going to make sure that everyone has a house. Everyone. This is the United States of America, and if we are as exceptional as so many people like to say we are, we better damn sure act like it. Because we are not. And it is our moral duty to not only fight for our freedom, but to fight for the freedom and the dignity and the safety and the security of every human being in this planet.
That's right.
Every single one.
That's right.
So if you're with me, please text this number, ask how to get involved, because the fight is not over. We are a year in and we're still organizing. Best believe. And we're not going to rest until housing is actually a human right and not just a chant or something that we paint on posters when we do rallies and actions. We've got to make it a reality. Ashe? Ashe.
We have one final speaker, y'all. For real. For real this time. Wait, is that for real this time? Yes. For real. All right. Give it up for Terha.
So,
I think it's important that we listen to the voices of the unsheltered. So we have Nino Parker here, who's been advocating at City Hall in the streets around issues that impact especially black homeless men, because that is an invisible population that people like to just write off. So Nino, please share with us.
Thank you, Nino.
thank you, Councilman. Welcome, Fight. I appreciate you being in there. The main point I'm talking about, folks, is last week we had a new homeless commission voted in with no homeless people on it. So we don't have any stakeholders in the game. So because of that, I want to take this action. I want the encampment removal team, or eviction team as I call them, to no longer house black men out of Oakland. We've had black men, a 70-year-old man, housed all the way in Stockton, California. What if he got injured? No one to sign for him, no one to help him. Why are we, and the other big point of that is, 2 years ago, we were at 24% of black population here. Do you realize that 5,000 to 9,000 people in the street are black people? So if we keep housing them out, the percentage keeps going lower and lower. So we want to make this city council or this new homeless commission, we need to take action. If you were born and raised in Oakland and you have you were a former resident, you should have the right to be housed in Oakland, not Antioch, not Stockton, and not Pittsburgh. Thank you, folks. Nino Parker, homeless black advocate.
If you teach in Oakland, you should be able to live here.
Yes, ma'am. Anything. You tell me to be like she said, right.
So I'm gonna do what I always do in these moments. Whenever I get up here to speak, I speak to organize. Period, point blank. I don't speak for you to cheer. I don't speak for you to give me acknowledgement. I speak for you to move your ass, right? Amen. And so I'm gonna do that again. The best protection that we have is a disciplined, coordinated, unified mass. I'm gonna say it again. The best defense that we have is a disciplined, organized, coordinated mass. Why is that important? Because right now, we're about to enter a phase that could potentially be more difficult than the phase before. I put up a quote, I put up something the other day. I said, don't let victory impede our ability to win.
Say it again.
Don't let victory impede our ability to win. Libby Shaft and all of Libby's surrogates campaigned in ways y'all don't know against keeping Carol from winning. Libby Shaft called the whole Democratic establishment, sent emails, lobbied for them not to endorse. Y'all understand this, right? Libby actually campaigned and lobbied for them to not endorse Carol. I'm going to tell y'all what that means. Because see, we were not fighting a fight against Lynette. We were fighting a fight against the gentrification machine. That's important. It's important we understand who we are fighting against. Our greatest pain was having to go against another black woman. We didn't like that. Because we understood that our fight was against Libby Shaft and the Jerry Brown gentrification machine. If we don't frame that properly, we will think we have won. When you defeat the surrogates, it is not defeating the machine.
Come on, preacher.
The machine is in play. The machine is backed into a corner now because we fucked them up. The machine is backed into a corner because we fucked them up.
That's when they're
These
dangerous.
folks fight against us because we fucking them up.
Yep.
We are winning the fight. But when an animal gets backed into a corner, particularly a predatory animal, which is what these motherfuckers are,
Amen. Amen.
they fight harder. They get more vicious. We are in the phase of the fight where it's about to get ugly and more vicious. Carol Fife represents the hopes of the people. You can bet your ass their objective is to separate her from the people. So let me tell y'all how it's going to play out, because I speak to organize your ass as opposed to inspire your ass. I want you to move your ass as opposed to move your mouth, right? So I'm going to tell you what we got to do We have to organize, because if we don't, they will absolutely discredit, dismantle, and destroy this movement. Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
Our greatest, most potent weapon is a disciplined, coordinated, informed, organized mass. So let me explain to you how it's going to play out. They are going to put money into every sector of opposition. I'm talking about the streets, right? I'm talking about conservative democratic dynamics. I'm talking about people who look like us and talk like us, who advocate for the same shit we advocate for, but they do it on behalf of the state to be obstructionists. And we're going to call them out. We're going to call them out. Because we're in a different phase of the game now. So if we do not call it out, we're in trouble. So I'm going to say again, now is the time to organize. Organize, organize. Do not let victory be an impediment to our win. All right?
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Farhan.
Organize! 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 Organize!